Oh, wait a minute. Hello, here I am. Oh boy, we're having a lot of technology stuff here. Here we go. Oh my goodness. So I am trying to stream live on Instagram for the first time, and it is interesting. So I'm waiting for that to click on. Let me see now. I'm wondering if this is. Nope, that's not it. All right, well, hopefully it'll go eventually. Okie dokie. So here we are today, and we're going to be talking about practical everyday tips for self-care. Now, I'm going to be doing kind of the different sharing style like I did last time. So let me see if I can get this going. Okay, so screen share. Let me see now. Window. That is not it. Not it. Let's see, wait now. That's the live. It's not a Chrome tab. Screen 2. Boy, this stuff gets tricky. All right, that is not it. Window. That is not it. Let's leave this. All right, let me try it again. Let's give it another go. So what I really, this topic came about from a lot of discussions after the SHRM talk that I gave about a month ago. And by the way, welcome to June. Like, what the heck, June 1st? Like, holy cow. This year has really gone by just super, super fast. And so a lot of, the discussions that I had were about people who were, okay, so that's there. So wait, let me escape out of that and see if I can find it from there, and then I'll hit the present. But a lot of people were like, well, but what do I do about the fact that I am struggling to just stay in my job while I am planning my exit? All right, let's see if that works. Okay, let's go back to this. Yay, it worked. Okay. So I totally agree with that. It's a tough deal, and it is really hard to it's hard to do that. I've had to do it several times, and it is not easy. So yeah, I totally get it, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. All right, let me see if I can get this. Stream key. So that's what they want. Okay, save. And then let's see if it'll go onto the, I'm not sure if it's working on Instagram. I might just have to abandon that. All right. Okie dokie, so let's keep moving. And if you have never been here before, okay, now I gotta find the screen, hang on. This way is always trickier. I like to do it the other way, but I ran out of time. There we go. Okay, so if you have never been here before, I am Marissa Krupa, and I am a career transition coach. I have changed my career more times than I can count. And the difference about me compared to other coaches is that I bring in mindfulness and somatics. That's my background. I've been engaged with mindfulness and yoga and somatic techniques for most of my adult life, so going on over 25 years now. And so that's what I bring into the coaching, that's what I bring into my programs. And so we'll be discussing that today also. I just read an article just last night from Harvard Business Review about some research that was done at the London Business School on the prime areas of burnout. And guess what? It's in the mid-career. If you are in your 40s and 50s and you are feeling a bit crispy at the moment, then you are exactly where you're supposed to be, as hard as that may sound. But everybody's feeling that, both men and women. I personally think it happens more to women because of the additional challenges we face in the workplace. But what's interesting and how it was framed in the article is that the companies who are not supporting people in their mid-career, in their 40s and 50s, are losing them. And then they're losing all that institutional knowledge that this person who had been with the company so long possessed. And it's happening right at the time when the company wants these folks to step into leadership positions, but they're not managing that transition very well at all. That's what the article was saying, and I agree with it wholeheartedly. I will be doing more on that particular article. It was incredible what was offered. So how do we deal with this? Like, what do we do? Well, the primary thing is to take ownership of your day. And so even within a really tough corporate culture, you can do things like we'll talk about intentionally creating your calendar, starting your day well, and establishing healthy boundaries. I love this quote because if you are not taking ownership of your life, you're always going to be chasing happiness. I have to tell you personally for myself that when I stopped making excuses and stopped playing the blame game of making it everybody else's fault for my lack of success or whatever, my life completely changed and transformed. And it was the first giant step to where I am today with my businesses. So, what intentional ownership is about is not making any more excuses, not blaming others. And this is really hard, the not blaming others, because let me tell you, I've been mistreated in my workplaces. You probably have been too, which is why you're here. And it's really like when you get got by somebody, when somebody gets your goat or treats you horribly in a workplace, man, it's so easy to blame. And the fact is, you can very much say, yes, this person is terrible. And also, what can I do to change my situation? Whether it's change my attitude, change how I view the person, whatever. There are always things you can do to deal with that situation. And with reflection, with true reflection, giving yourself a chance to look at, okay, how did I contribute to that situation? And that's not easy. But that's what we mean by not making any more excuses. Authentically connecting to yourself is huge. It's got to be authentic, not performative. But then also valuing the ownership process enough to give effort to it. And we'll be talking about that in a moment. So my first tip on this or strategy is calendaring. And I've played around with this a lot. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. The first one, though, that I want to highlight is this idea of starting your day well. In my last teaching job, it was rough for a lot of reasons. And one of the reasons is because I had long COVID. So that just made everything hard. And so what you can do is block out morning time. So there's a couple strategies you can do here. You can get to work early. So actually, I'll tell you a story. When I was in high-tech sales, I had an Eastern territory. I was an inside salesperson, and I had an Eastern territory. And so I had to get to work by like 6:30 in the morning, right, to accommodate the Eastern time zone. It was so hard. I wasn't a morning person back then. I am now, but I wasn't back then. And and I had to travel across the bay and all this different stuff. And it was just bananas, but I did it. And it was so great. That first hour of work, where it was only like me and the three other Eastern time zone inside salespeople, it was so quiet. The phone wasn't ringing. It was fantastic. And I was able to focus and get started on my day. And I actually did really well, and I got promoted as a result of that. So in my last position, when I had long COVID, I spent just 5 minutes, and this is all it takes, guys, 3 to 5 minutes, where I did some gentle movement, and I did 1 minute of meditation, 1 minute of stillness. And then I went and sat at my desk and I did my stuff. I was a librarian at that school. And that is truly what got me through the day. That is truly what got me through the day. So carve out morning time, even if it's just 5 minutes, but put that on your calendar and dedicate it with no excuses, no changes. Do not let anybody else disrupt you. If you're in a cubicle, hang up a sign and say, do not disturb until you have your morning time. And then when you have your morning time and you get settled, then take the sign down. And so what I recommend for this morning time is to reset your nervous system. So again, gentle movement, breathing, breath work. There's a lot of different ones I've shared on all of these LinkedIn Lives since I started them last summer. We're almost like going on a year, which is so great. But the Monday and Madness, I have tons of them. You can check out the YouTube channel if it's easier for you. And then also set your day. So look at your calendar, look at your emails, look at everything that you have to do and what you have going on, and then set your day, set your plan for the day. So movement, breathing, stillness, breathing and or stillness, and then set your plan. Okay, so that's morning time. Now the next one, and I've talked about this a lot before, but I'll say it again because it's worth repeating, leave 15 minutes in between meetings. And you can set this up, like if you're using Outlook calendar, you can set this up so that, and put in a rule so that when people go to book stuff on your calendar, they can't book back to back on your calendar. There has to be a 15-minute buffer. Because, hey, guess what? You got to go to the bathroom. Give yourself time to take a bio break, for heaven's sake, right? It's basic self-care like that will get you through the stretch until you change your career. But again, that's taking ownership no matter what kind of pressure you're feeling. Because here's the thing, you're ready to get the heck out of this job, right? You're ready to get the heck out of this career. Like, screw these folks. What do you owe them? They've been doing nothing but beating you down all this time to the point where you're burnt out. Like, why do you owe them that extra 15 minutes in between meetings? No, you don't owe them anything. Take that time, 15 minutes, 10 minutes at a minimum, so that you have a chance to go to the bathroom and grab a glass of water in between meetings. That is, and make it sacrosanct. Don't let anybody else interfere with that. Okay, block out your lunch and have it not be at your desk. So lately I've been so busy, which is a great thing, but I've been so busy lately that I've been blocking out lunch and I've been leaving I'm working at home, right? Like I don't have people looking over my shoulder. And I have been going into another room, not my office, and eating my lunch, staring out the window, looking at the view. Sometimes I'm reading a book, but I am blocking out my lunch and I'm getting entirely away from my desk. And it is absolutely resetting me to the point where I can function way better and have a really full and complete day. Now, this other one here is called time tracking, and this could be a really good one. And that's because sometimes we don't understand how long it takes to do stuff. And so if you're tracking your time at work, so for example, let's say you have a particular project that you're working on, and if you hit, like I use a time tracker, it's called a tracker, and you can set up as many tasks as you want. So let's say you set the time tracker on your phone and you're dealing with just the emails from this project, not let alone like the actual project planning or the project work that you have to do for this segment of the project. You're just dealing with emails of like people who have questions or customer service type issues within the company about the project or whatever. And next thing you know, like an hour and a half goes by and like, oh my gosh, you got to jam to your meeting. Well, if you had never tracked that, you wouldn't be able to take that data and go to your supervisor or go to the project team or whatever and let people know, hey, my time is being sunk with this instead of what I really need to be working on. But if you don't track your time, you can't provide that data. It's just anecdotal. And I learned this the hard way when I was in corporate. It's like numbers rule everything. If you can put a number to something, then you have a leg to stand on when you're making a request or asking for something to be changed. Okay, so consider tracking your time. And again, I use the A tracker. That's my favorite app. I paid for the whatever $3.99 so you could have unlimited tasks. And it's fantastic. I run 2 businesses. And the other day, some friends of mine were asking me about, like, well, how much time do you spend on which business? And I was like, oh, I can tell you exactly. And I pulled up the app and I looked at the monthly numbers and I was able to tell them exactly how much time. So that was pretty cool. All right, so move each day. And we're going to do some movement in just a minute. But again, these movements are things that you can do, and you don't have to do like 3 or 4 in a row like the way we do it here on the Monday on Madness. Just do one. My recommendation is to do one movement every hour. One movement every hour. And seriously, it takes 30 seconds. It takes 30 seconds. So let's, I'm going to escape out of this so that I can see and go here. And now go to unshare. Okay, wait, let's go to this one. Let's go to that. Okay. All right, so let's give it a go. I've got my ancient doggy here on the floor. You might be able to see her. So whenever I do movement through my workday, I like to not have my shoes on. And especially if you're wearing high heels, girl, take them off. Get into flat feet before you do this. All right, so for this one today, this is a type of, what do you call it now? A Tai Chi move. And it came from this temple over in China. So stand with your feet hip distance apart. Inhale your arms up. And then when you clasp your hands, you're going to push your palms away when you're up here at the highest part. As you inhale here, you're going to exhale and turn to the side, look up at your hands. Inhale back to center, head comes down. Exhale, second side, look up to your hands. Inhale, center. Let's do 2 more each side. Last one on this side. Inhale at center again. Exhale, release your arms down. I love this one because it starts to get my hip flexors and it starts to stretch out my core. All right, next one also comes from the Tai Chi place. I'm going to move over here so I don't hit the mirror. And it's just arm circles. So inhale your arms up, thumbs up. And then as you're breathing, normal breaths, we're going to do at least, we're going to count to 10 as we go forward with our arm circles. Make sure your shoulder blades are dropped down your back so you're not scrunched up like so. And we're going to count to 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Keep your arms out. I know you might be feeling it. Thumbs down this time. And now we're going to do 10 seconds of circles backwards. So now we're going backwards and we're going to count 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale, release your arms down. Whew, you can probably feel that in your shoulders. Just pause right here and notice how you feel. We did 2 exercises. It took about 1.5 minutes. Do this once per hour and your mind will be fresh. Your nervous system will be regulated. And the thing about nervous system regulation is it's cumulative. When you start doing these short, simple exercises through your day, your nervous system gets into a habit and it's like, oh, okay, I can calm down. I can focus. And then it starts to build and build and build. I'm trying to think of what was the last one I had in there. Oh, the wide leg forward fold. So we haven't done this one much. So it's a really good one. So go into a wide leg position. Let me see if I can get, you can see my feet here. And you want to kind of pigeon toe yourself. So the heels come out a little bit and your toes move in. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. Take your hands at your hips. I'm going to show you sideways now so that you can see what I'm doing here. So making sure your knees are not locked, but you've got a slight bend in your knees. Now we're going to hinge at the hip, right? So shoulders are rolling down your back. Tailbone drops to the floor. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, keep your hands on your hips. Hinge your hips. So notice that I'm not rounding my back. So this would be rounding. This is hinging, right? So it's like I'm kind of popping my booty a little bit, hinging at the hips. Just go as far as you can go. My hamstrings are a bit tight today, so this is as far as I can go, and that's it. Release your hands now. You can press them onto your thigh or your shin, but not your knee joint. So pausing here. Feels so good. Take one hand and touch the opposite leg. Again, either shin or thigh. And then twist your torso. If you feel like it, you can bring your arm up. Take a breath here. It feels so good. Inhale again. Exhale back to center. Release that hand. Take the other hand. Go to the opposite leg. And then twist the torso up. Maybe you can feel the inner thigh. So good. Deep breath in, exhale back to center. And now we want to come up super safely, right? So now really bend your knees. Make it almost like a squat. Hands on your hips. And again, kind of pop your booty out a little bit, not arching the back, but just allowing the tailbone to crest up a little bit. And now inhale your torso back to upright. Release your hands. Step your feet together, stand and breathe. Oh, that's such a good one. It just really opens up the pelvis, helps me to feel grounded, opens up my hams. All right, the last one is just a simple side stretch. I want to see if I can get as much of myself in the camera as I can. And so we'll inhale our arms straight up. And then clasp one hand onto the wrist of the other. So you can see in the camera, I've got right hand on left wrist. You can do whatever you want on yours, whichever side. Inhale up and exhale, just bend gently to the side. Now this shoulder here, make sure that you're not like rounding over. Keep your shoulders in line and square with your hips as best as you can, which means you may not be able to bend very far, and that is way okay. It's not about how far you can go. It's just about doing the effort. I feel like my left hip is opening up. Beautiful. Inhale back to center. Switch wrists. Exhale to the side. And then we just stay here for a breath or two. Again, not so far if there's a shooting pain. If there's shooting pain, just come right out of the pose. But if it's a little bit sore, just breathe right where that soreness is. See if it can release. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release down. All right, so that was what, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and we did 4 things. Notice how you feel. Notice your nervous system, your mind, all the things. Do you feel calmer? I know I do, especially because it's been such a hectic morning. All right, so again, once per hour, and you can do just one of those, and that's all you have to do. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can get this show. All right, and now we're going to go back to present. Oh, I was going to do cross crawl. Instead, I did side to side. Okay, never mind. That's okay. That's what I felt like doing, so that's what we did. Alrighty, let's take some writing time. I'm going to give you a minute and a half here to tackle these questions. So we've talked about a lot of different things, and what I want you to do is to reflect. And this is the other part of the calendaring I forgot to mention. I also feel that it's valuable to take time to reflect at the end of your day. So, again, putting into your calendar 10 to 15 minutes to review your day and reflect on things like, did I really take care of myself? Did I take the breaks I needed to take? Did I leave a buffer in between my meetings? So, we're going to be practicing this right now. This is modeling. So I'm going to give you 1 minute, 30 seconds to tackle these questions and go. The first one is, what is the biggest area of stress right now for you in your job? That should be pretty easy. You'll be able to come up with that pretty fast. But now the next question is, where do you feel this in your body? And then finally, what tools can you use for this? So if you feel the tension in your neck and shoulders, that's where I traditionally felt it when I was working in corporate. That's partly why I brought in the arm, all the arm stuff, the side stretching, the arm circles, because it really helped me to release that tension in my neck and shoulders. So what tools, even just from this presentation, can you use for this the biggest area of stress and where you feel it in your body? Okay, 30 seconds left. All right, and that is time. Wrap up your writing. And let's reflect a little bit. So, after reviewing this, where do you see some places where you can take back your time, where you can be intentional with how you schedule your time? And then what's a small thing that you can do to keep yourself sane? One thing that I did, I had a ritual, and I still have this ritual every day, where, in fact, I'm going to pause so you can see this because it's fun. Let's see now. So I still have this to this day. Right here on my desk is, in fact, I haven't even finished drinking it all. It's halfway full. Here's my teapot. Now, when I was working in an office, I had a to-go mug with tea, and I have gluten-free Oreos because they're so good. And then I've switched around my tea, and now I'm drinking a black tea, and so I'm adding a little bit of like oat milk. And notice that I have like these really pretty ceramic handmade like cup and milk thingy. And so I love that. Like, and I take time to do this every single day. I have tea and cookies, and it's like a break for me. Sometimes I do it while I'm at my desk. Sometimes I take a break. But it's a thing that anchors my sanity. And if I don't do it, well, first of all, I'm not caffeinated, which is hard. But secondly, I just feel off. I just feel off. So find some sort of ritual or routine that you can do in your crazy, chaotic workplace that will ground you. So we've got like the breathing and the movement, but what's the thing? Maybe it's a special tea and cookie. Maybe it's walking around your building for 5 minutes. Whatever it is for you, but find that thing and make sure that you do it every day so that you can ground yourself. Okie dokie, moving right along to the ending. Thank you. That's it. And what I'm going to do is share with you. Now, I have this thing here called Take Back Your Time course. And I put it together actually last year. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing now. And so it's really great. And I don't even know how much I'm charging for it, like $30. I don't even know. And it's right there on my website, and you can sign up and take it. It's on the programs page, and then you just scroll to the bottom, and it says Explore Courses, Take Back Your Time. And you get with it a one-on-one coaching session. So the value of the course is like, oh, now I lost myself again. The value of the course is like $350. So I totally recommend it. I think that you should give it a try. And it allows you to really dive into your concepts of time. It allows you to look at like what is the root of how you feel your attitude is with time. It talks about, so we really go deep into it. So this is the programs page here. And so it's great. Like, I think it's great. I don't know, maybe I'm biased because I'm the one that put it together, but I feel like how I built this was like, I wanted to put into this course everything I wish somebody had told me about how to take ownership of my time. I was about to say time management, and that's not what this is. This is beyond that. It's taking ownership of my time, but also taking ownership of my attitudes about time, my belief systems about time, and kind of rooting those out. So then I can start to use these type of time tools that help me. And I will tell you, I use time tracking and time blocking, even as an entrepreneur. This is how I'm able to manage even anything. And like earlier when I was like, oh, I ran out of time. The fact was I still got that presentation done and I still got it up into the live today, even though I was super pressed for time because of other extenuating circumstances. There you go. So anyways, thank you all so much for joining. Always a pleasure to have you here. And I appreciate your participation. Get in touch if you have any questions. All my stuff is on LinkedIn as far as how to get in touch with me. And I will see you again. Oh my gosh, I haven't flipped the calendar yet. Holy smokes. We are going to see each other again on June 15th. So enjoy the next couple weeks and take good care. Bye.